Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the Black Manga Critic. We here. All right, we just wanted to make sure I did this stream before, I have to get work done and blah, 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 and go to sleep and live life and do all that stuff, right? Um, I've been thinking about this for a while, I think, honestly. Like, I would say I've been thinking about it for I would say ever since hmm, ever since Whole Cake just got not good. You know what I mean? Like, I had to really think about that. I think before that, I would have just continued to read One Piece. I'd have been like, whatever. But I just got doing it. You know what I mean? Look, and I'm wearing a chopper hat. There's a reason why I'm doing that. All right, there is a reason. Like, it's not like, oh, I just pulled the chopper hat out of the closet to randomly put it on. I was working today. Before I get back to this One Piece stuff, I was working today. All right, it's Halloween. If you are a teacher or you've taught or you've done anything with children, you know that Halloween is a big, big, big deal. You come through. Like, my nose is all blue and everything like that. I came through, man. I came through. I was Chopper. There was maybe like two kids that recognized the hat, and maybe like one parent actually, and then there was like another teacher that I worked with at this after school program. She recognized it, so that was dope. But outside of that, people were like, "What are you like? What are you wearing?" They were like, "I love it, but what are you wearing?" So they thought it was cool, but it was like they had no clue. So then I had to go and explain things to the adults. I couldn't explain it to the children because I was like, I'm not trying to have them search for stuff. That ain't gonna happen. All right, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get to the topic at hand, y'all. Let's get to the topic at hand. All right. I'm gonna seriously reread this manga. All right, and I think I've like there's like being critical about One Piece, right? There's like being critical about One Piece, and then there's like how you feel about it and putting those opinions out there in a sense, you know what I mean, and just sort of like get like letting off some steam or whatever. You know what I mean? Just being like, man, like you know that the stuff that you've been presented has been just like mediocre in a way. But you can't verbalize it in a way that will get through the just the people with as Naya would say, just like sludge leaking out their ears. You know what I mean? You can't get through to those people. You can't get through to them with just like, man, that Luffy vs. Katakuri was whack. You can't say that, right? Because I understand that. And when I'm saying that, I'm just like, I just think it's whack. Like I don't like it. I think it's just I think it's very mediocre. I don't even think it's very good. I think the art's probably the only thing that wasn't bad. That's about it. Everything else was whack. Everything else about it was whack. All right. Even the Merienda is like, okay. Let me rephrase this. Because I've said this before. The Merienda was like the only good part of that fight. Everything else to me was whack. It was mediocre. It was not very good. It just seemed like Oda was kind of on cruise control. That's how I felt about it. It just had a cruise control feel to the battle. Artistically, it's great. His assistants did the top-notch job helping him draw that. But other than that, it was like, yeah, all the story stuff, the things that people are telling me are just very, very, they're just so good. They're just, Oda's just tackling these ideas, I'm like, no, he's not. He's not really doing that. Not really. Not in a way that a serious writer would sort of come at that. Give it the sort of attention that those particular themes and topics that you all keep just bringing up deserve. Oda's not doing that. Not in that fight. Sorry. But what I will say is that again, the reason I'm taking this break, and I want to say it's a break because one, I my life is busy. I got a lot of stuff doing. I got my program, I got my work, I got teaching. I work 3 jobs, 3 separate sort of teaching type jobs. So it's like when you're doing all of that, you need time. Right? You can't really reread a certain manga and think about it and do the critiques and do all that stuff that you want to do while you're doing that work and going to and trying to get a master's like in education. You can't do it because it's like the master's in education is very time consuming. It's very time consuming. You know, you can't just kind of walk in, I'm gonna do a random paper and then walk out. Like that's not how it works. Like that's not how it works. There's like a lot of observation hours, a lot of like writing, a lot of stuff that like is sometimes tedious but sometimes not. You know, so it's a lot of work. But I am giving this stuff the time that it deserves. I'm gonna reread One Piece. I'm gonna start from the beginning. I'm not doing a live reaction set or anything like that because it'll slow me down. Okay, it will slow me down. All right. I think I tried that. Excuse me. I tried that a while ago. It didn't work out because it was just like, you know, my throat was getting you know what I mean? It didn't work out. But this is gonna be the serious reread. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be taking notes. I'm gonna come at this like I came at the stuff I was doing when I was in my doctoral program. When I was in my English doctoral program and I was writing my stuff and I was doing research and I was going in. I'm coming at it like that because I am just ready to just like some of y'all just need to get shut down. Some of y'all just need to get shut down. And it will happen then. It won't happen now because I'm busy. I got life. I got stuff to do. That's why I've just been trolling on Twitter, just throwing out these little tweets. You know, it's fun. It's fun times. But I'm coming at it. I'm gonna come at One Piece like that. I'm gonna be critical about it. Obviously, I love this manga. I would not buy a chopper hat if I did not. Otherwise, that would just be like extra. That'd be like 50 Cent level trolling, right? Where he bought the tickets to a Ja Rule concert so that people wouldn't sit in the seats. Like that's like next level trolling. You know what I mean? But no, I love this hat. I love Chopper. He's one of my favorite straw hats besides Jinbei. Okay. All right. My fiance is looking very great for Halloween. I must say. Okay. That's very good. All right. And she loves Halloween. Like, I mean, I like Halloween, but like my fiance loves Halloween. Like, and that might be an understatement. Okay. It's a great thing. So, One Piece. I'm coming at it. All right. Not right now because I got to reread it. I got to take this seriously. I'm going to take it seriously. I'm going to come back and I'm just going to critique the crap out of it. I'm coming at it like for real when I come back. When I'm done with the reread and the note taking and just the writing and all that and putting my thoughts down and, again, taking it seriously. Coming at it. I'm coming at it like I was coming at like text, comics, critical theory, whatever. I'm coming at it like that. I'm coming at it like fiercely. All right. Because there's some things that I'm gonna be like, hey, like One Piece does well. I'm not gonna come and just be like, oh, this is like all garbage and that's it. I'm gonna come in and say like, hey, like this is what One Piece does well, right? I'm gonna talk about the world building and why I think that's like fantastic. I actually had a panel. I actually went to a conference years back, and I'm still in my doctoral program, and I presented on One Piece. That's what I did. All right, I talked about it. And I talked about the world building and its relations to different geopolitical, ideas, right, in relation to like post-colonialism and stuff like that, right? Like that was cool. It was fun. But again, I'm coming at this manga. All right, coming at this manga, and I'm gonna talk about it. Okay. I wish I could do that for Hunter x Hunter, but I don't really want to. People have kind of like done that a bit. And even though I kind of like disagree with like some of the things that people have said, like I just don't have like the time or the energy to deal with Hunter, and One Piece. I don't. So I'm sticking with One Piece. And again, some of y'all just sludge leaking out the ears, as Naya would say. Right? As Naya would say. I gotta shut y'all down. All right? I gotta shut y'all down. I think those are people that I'm sort of after. I'm like, okay, you think this thing is like, quality or objectively well done. I'm like, that stuff's never objective, one. But two, a lot of that stuff in the New World is not well done. This is just stuff like I need the time. I'll put it down, take my notes, reread all of One Piece, so I don't miss anything. And then I'm gonna come at it and I'm just gonna, boom, boom, done. But again, this is gonna take a year. This is gonna take some time. This is gonna take some time. Okay, it takes time to really done. A very nice hat. My fiance's got this really nice little pumpkin hat. It's very nice. It's very cool. Very cool. Hey, very cute little pumpkin hat, little web design. You see, you come on, the little black rose. All right, it's hard to see with this camera, but all right, yeah, little black rose. You see that? That's dope. That's dope. He's got a hat too. Okay, so again, I am coming at this manga. I'm coming at it. Y'all already know. All right, I already know. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Who's here? Who's here? Yeah, I'm taking the time, man. I'm taking the time. And you gotta take the time. You gotta take the time. Why? Because people will come at you being like, oh, you gotta come with concrete facts. You gotta come with blah blah blah. You gotta, da da da. Oh, give me that. No, I'm not gonna say give me that year. I'm taking a year. I'm gonna take a year. Taking a year. I am going to. I'm ripping that new world to art stuff to shreds because so much of it is mediocre. So much of it is mediocre. Oh my goodness. I can't even tell you. All right. Oh, early One Piece, yo. Early One Piece got some good stuff. And even that has some like stuff in it. But ooh, New World One Piece. Oh boy. Something happened to Oda. I don't know what happened to Oda, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened. Something happened to him. Yeah, I mean, yo, Promised Neverland reactions, those are coming. On 100 reactions, those are coming. Okay. My Hero eventually, like I just got, I'm gonna do like a catch-up stream, and that's gonna happen eventually. That's coming, right? And I might do something, like once My Hero sort of like for me like has enough little like chapters, I might do that. I might do that with certain like series. Hunter x Hunter might do that with. I do that with Promised Neverland. It depends, right? It depends how I'm feeling. But One Piece, I want to do that with particularly because people are just like, again, delusional. They're delusional about the series that they love, which is like yeah, right. Sometimes when you love something, you're a little bit blind to certain things. Okay, especially when it comes to I think literature at times. Sometimes, not all the time. Some people are very good about being like, I love this thing, and they are very clear about why they love it, and they can see why they love it, and what is sort of critically is like wonderful about it. And some people can't. They can't do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, yo, Key. I mean, some of the stuff, like I would say some stuff I skim, especially if it's a first read. If it's a first read of like a One Piece chapter, especially a One Piece chapter, some stuff I skim. And sometimes you can do that because some of that stuff is just so basic. You're like, oh yeah, you can do that. Some stuff, sometimes you can't, and you have to go back to it and you got to reread the chapter and you got to do that work, right? And that's fine. And sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. But I really need to go back to just, again, it's not that I've never reread One Piece. It's just that I need to do that now, like more recently. You know what I mean? Like I got to do that now while we have all this stuff and we have all these new world arcs, and I would say the last time I reread One Piece was like when we were at like, I think when we were at like sort of like the end of like Dressrosa, before we got into like Zoe and all that stuff and everything like that. Before we got into all that stuff. Right, and Sanji leaving and all that. Before we got into all that stuff, reread it, was like, okay. But I wasn't in that mindset of like, I'm going to critique it. I'm going to like pinpoint things. I'm going to do all that work. Now I'm doing that because some of y'all delusional, absolutely delusional. Okay. So we going to do it. That's funny. Yo, hype. Yo, BDB, you funny, man. Oh man, I can't. Yeah, I mean, just listen to Roger's base stream. He Roger reads the viz. Like he's on that the Monday. Like he's on Monday now, so you can always follow him. Like he does that. I believe King does as well, but I'm not sure. I think so. I think King does as well. But sometimes he's like not on that, so it is what it is. But I think Roger's like pretty consistent. When it comes to like reading the viz on Mondays, from like more recently, right? You know what I mean? Oh, yo, the Scooby snacks. I'm gonna make a list. I'm gonna have a list, man. When I'm off that hiatus and I'm done rereading and I take that and I'm done with that year, and I'm gonna have a list of just Scooby snacks that exist in One Piece. Scooby snacks, Scooby snacks. Okay, Scooby snacks. I'm gonna list them. I'm gonna list them because they in there. They in the new worlds. Oh, so many Scooby snacks. Too many to count. All right, but no. I'm doing this like I'm gonna just because like I want to make sure I focus on it in a way that I need to, and I can focus on my other stuff too. All right. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right. New world. Again, something happened to Oda. He just. I don't think he lost something. He lost it like completely, but like I don't know. You know, it's almost like he sort of put a lot of effort into like the sort of like the sort of geography of these worlds that he's introducing, and he's put a lot of effort into that. But outside of that, everything else is kind of like, it's okay, you know. And I want to see more of that. And that's not to say that like everything in the new world is terrible. It's like for me, there's more mediocrity than like, wow. And I think that's sort of my issue. I don't know. But I'm again, when I get back, I'm gonna get into it. We're gonna do it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's gotta be, I gotta do that. Like I gotta do that on my own. I gotta make sure like this is me. And yeah, man, yo, 10 commandments, man. Oh, yo, bro, we're gonna be 10 commandments out here. All right, that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna come down from Mount Sinai, all right, on some Moses stuff. Just be like, thou shalt not present One Piece mediocrity. Okay? No. All right, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna come back strong when it comes to One Piece. All right, I'm gonna still be here with everything else, but One Piece, I can't give it the time really, and I can't critique it in the way that I want to without taking the time to reread it, to look through everything, to make sure that I know, you know, why certain connections are like important, you know, in a sense, and to be like, hey, like this just is not good. Like this is not like, you know, amazing or incredible in the way that like some of y'all are just presenting. Like every little thing that Oda does is like, whoa, this is amazing. This is so great. This fight is so good. It represents so much. And I'm like, man, trust me. And one of the things I'm really gonna like just eviscerate is this like idea that Luffy versus Katakuri is some deep like battle. I'm like, no, it's not. Not really. I don't believe that for a second. But I'm gonna come back with not even the facts, because like I think like I don't really think though like they're ever gonna be facts. I think anything that people are saying about One Piece, like in terms of like how they feel about it, or their opinion or whatever about certain things, it's never facts. You know, so I'm not even gonna put it out there like that. But I'm gonna say like, hey, like based on like sort of like the construction, about the things that have been introduced, about the way they've been presented, like these are reasons as to why like this fight is not particularly good. It's not like this high tier manga like battle that people are sort of like pushing it to be. I'm like, nah, you can like it, you can be like, oh, I like this fight, but like to be like this is like one of the best fights, if not the best fight in like One Piece, I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, that's just like, no, I don't want to hear like stuff like that. I don't, and I'm going to, but I don't want to hear that stuff. I'm going to hear that these 10 out of 10 chapters. I'm not even going to rank. I'm not ranking One Piece chapters. That's why I kind of stopped ranking like other chapters. Even that just got kind of like ridiculous, you know, because I think people, you know, a lot of that is like how you feel about it. Like if you like, oh, like this, I really enjoyed it, so I gave it like I really enjoyed it, so I gave it a 10 out of 10. But I still, again, I just want to critique all the stuff that I'm reading, and I want to talk about it. And I'm not gonna like write no essays or anything like that, because like I think that's just, for me, like it's like a waste of like my energy. I'm not like using that much, like I'm not using that much energy for people. But I'm gonna be taking out notes, and I like taking out notes. I like writing. Like I'm a writer. This is what I just want to do. But I'm not like, you know, throwing out essays or anything like that. My boy Ash, he writes like dope periodicals. He does that. Ash does that, and he does it well. And I cape for that. I cape for that man. Like he's dope. You know, a good friend of mine. Like we on the same wavelengths in a lot of ways. So shouts out to Ash, King Cocoa Butter. Okay. But it's like, you know, for me, it's like just making sure that like when I come back, I can be like, I'm not necessarily gonna, you know, like it's not like to be seen sort of like a One Piece YouTuber or anything like that, but just to be like, I know what I'm talking about, and I know how to do this work, and I know how to research, and I know how to like critique a piece of literature because like I've done it for so long. Like I know what I'm doing, you know. So when I come back after that year and I take the time to do that work, and I give you all this stuff, and I give y'all all this stuff, I don't want to hear nobody being like, oh, but you know, you didn't put in enough work. You didn't really, you know, did you even read One Piece? Did you even look at this thing? Did you even make this connection? Da, da, da? No, that's all gonna be done by the time this is over. Time this is over, this is gonna be done. I'm coming back and I'm just going like that part of the New World, mediocre. That part of the New World, whack sauce, whack. Okay, that part of the New World, nah, hitting it, not really. All right, this is not pedestal level, right? Nah. So I'm coming back and I'm just kind of doing that stuff, and I'm really gonna do that work. And you know, if people want to respond and do all that stuff, that's fine. That's fine. I have no problem with that, and I have no problem having conversations with people once I'm back. Right now, I don't really care. Right now, I'm not interested in that. That's why I was like, normally I don't troll like that. You know? No. I mean, I'm gonna still be reading my other manga. I'm still gonna be reading my other manga. That's gonna happen. I'm not gonna stop doing that. Right? I'm not gonna do that. You know? No way. No way. I'm gonna be reading all the manga. But this is what I was doing when I was in my doctor program. I was reading different things all the time at the same time, but I was also like coming at it like seriously. You know? It's not like I can't do that. It's just like when you give yourself sort of the time and just gonna reread and not react to chapters, it's different. When you're reacting to chapters, there's like, you know, one, there's a bit of entertainment value in it, but two is also just like you can't think about it in a certain way, and you can't be critical about it in a certain way in that instance, you know. But trolling is funny. Trolling is like, you know, I don't want to say I do it a lot, but I think more recently I've just kind of done it because it's just like, you know, it doesn't take a lot of energy to troll. Like, you know, it doesn't take a lot of energy to like throw out a tweet and be like, oh, I don't like this. I don't think this is good. You know, y'all, you know, got sludge leaking out your heads, or you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't take like much energy to tweet that, you know, and it's easy for me. And I'm not interested in like, you know, rebuttals or anything like that. That's why generally I don't really respond to most of the tweets. Like if I get like responses to the tweets, if I get you know, or somebody retweets or whatever, I'll respond to that stuff because I don't really care. Generally it tends to be you know, people that I'm not like looking out for, nor am I particularly invested in how they think about anything. So whenever I see stuff like that, I'm just like, all right, I'm moving on. I'm like teaching, I'm moving, I'm going to work, I'm, you know, doing work for classes, whatever. I'm living my life. I'm taking care of my cats. I'm, you know, being in love with my fiance. Like I'm doing that stuff. That's what I'm doing. All right. So I just put tweets out there and like Orphe shot, you know, Orphe saw that, y'all saw that. It's just trolling. It's just funny. You know, it's just like it really is just making jokes. You know, but I think again, when I come back after the year, it's gonna be definitely a bit more serious. I'm not gonna be like tweeting that stuff. It's just gonna be like videos. It's gonna be videos. It's gonna be open. It's gonna have, you know, I'm not gonna record it or anything like that. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'll see. I'll think about that. I don't think I will, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. I'll think about it. All right. All right, but you know what it is. You already know what it is. All right. Yeah. I mean, like trolling is cool. Yo, BDV trolling. You know, sometimes you got to troll. Sometimes it's just a good way of kind of like letting off steam a little bit. And especially like when you're not like attached to like the trolling, you're just kind of like, whatever, I'm trolling. It is what it is. Whatever. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. You know. So again, probably gonna take a year. So starting to like, you know, just like November, right? Tomorrow. I'm gonna take a year off just to reread One Piece, do it, and then come back and just be like, this is why I believe da 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 is not very good, da 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 is mediocre, da 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 da. And from a critical sort of standpoint, is not you know, at a level that people sort of deem it to be, it's gonna be doing that. You know, I'm just gonna be doing that. You know, and I think for me, like again, like it's like this is a series that I really love, but I also want to make sure that people know like I'm not just kind of chilling. You know what I mean? I'm not just kind of like chilling and being like, oh, you know, I just, you know, flip through the chapter and like now I have these critical thoughts about it. No, 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 no. I'm gonna take the time. All right. But I'm not gonna stop reading all the other manga. And I want to say this very quickly before I end this stream. This is really important. And I tweeted this. And I think that one tweet, I think I was probably like dead serious about this, the latest sort of tweet when I was sort of like, people just really be like embarrassing themselves when they sort of like say, oh, you know, there are like few manga that can like just compare to One Piece. And some people will be like, there are a few like pieces of literature that can compare to like One Piece or are on One Piece's level, which is just like an absurd like claim. Like it, like to me, like that's like, I don't know what you smoking. I'm not sure if you know took too much of the Henny or the sake or whatever it is that you did. You know what I mean? But it's like, bruh, you know, like people, some of y'all doing too much with that stuff, and then you make this list about One Piece. You know, One Piece like delves into topics A through Q, and I'm like, yeah, One Piece delves into topics A through Q, but does it do it in a meaningful way, in a critical way? You know, with all of those things that you listed? No, it does not. Right? There are some things. There might be a couple things that you list where you're like, yo, geopolitical ramifications, right? Yeah, right. Definitely, right. Prejudice, yes, definitely. You know, but when people sort of like, oh, One Piece, like delves into like questions of rape, and sexual assault, I'm like, One Piece though. One Piece did that in a critical and like a meaningful way. Really? That's the mock? Like, no. I want to hear that. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of stuff. Like, I think for me, like, you know, when I tweet stuff like that, I'm like dead serious when I say that because it's embarrassing. It's like when you say stuff like that. One, in a lot of ways, you're showing like just how few things like you've probably read when it comes to manga, at least in particular, and really literature, if you say that in all of literature. But two, sometimes, a lot of times it shows like kind of like how young you are and how much time like on this planet like you sort of spent. Because often when people that be saying that tend to be pretty young. They always tend to be pretty young. Like that's something that I've just kind of noticed. And sometimes they're not. It's even worse when you're not, because you've had all that time and you're still talking about One Piece is like there are few pieces of literature, a few manga that or anime or whatever that can like just mess with One Piece. Like I'm like, no, that's absurd. Again, it's absurd, and that's the word I'm using. It's absurd. It's an absurd claim to make. It's ridiculous, right? There's a difference between saying One Piece is my favorite manga and there are a few manga that I enjoy more than One Piece. That's different, right? I'm not giving My Hero a pass. I barely mentioned My Hero in this video. I haven't even been reading My Hero for the past, I don't know how many weeks. How many weeks has it been since I've read a My Hero chapter or talked about My Hero on Twitter? How long has it been, y'all? It's been a while. So I don't know what you're talking about. Nor have I ever said that like My Hero is generally a better manga than One Piece, or it deserves more praise. I haven't said any of that stuff, so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sure where that came from, but okay, right? So again, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about people that say particular things and that throw like particular opinions out there, and that again, just absurd. You know? Oh, I didn't even know that was sarcasm. I didn't know that. Okay. But people, I feel like someone said that, and I have no idea who it was, but someone said that, and I was like, huh? I think on Twitter or something like that. And it's like, okay, that's odd, but all right, moving on. You know what I mean? So it's like whenever I hear stuff like that, I'm like, okay, weird, but you know what I mean? And I think even recently I've tried to be more critical about the stuff that I'm reading, like Hunter x Hunter, Promise Neverland, stuff, My Hero thing, stuff like that. You know, and I think like I'm always sort of like doing that. I'm always sort of doing that. You know what I mean? But people they get clouded. Like their judgment gets clouded. When it comes to trying to defend, right? Trying to defend certain things. You know what I mean? Thank you, Sunset. My cats are dope. I love my cats. They're all great. Like they're wonderful. You know, but for me, like it doesn't really matter because again, like they're just people. I'm not looking out for like people. I'm not looking out for like certain people's opinions. I like genuinely don't care. You know, and it's not like coming from this place of like, you know, it's just like there's just no like feeling there. You know, it's like, you know, BDV, are you funny, man? No, I mean people really like this hat. I think like generally people like the design of the hat, even if they don't know where the hat is from. They like the hat, period. You know, so I mean, BDV, get you a chopper hat. Amazon is your friend. Well, Amazon's probably not your friend, but get you a chopper hat. Okay. All right. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like, and at some point, right when My Hero gets like, I want to say when My Hero probably reaches like 250 chapters, I would say that's when I'm gonna start being like, okay, My Hero, this is like, come on, y'all, come on, you know what I mean? And even now, I'm still kind of like, you know, I'm on My Hero. Like I've said things about My Hero, you know, that some people have been like, nah, you going a little too hard, you know what I mean? Stuff that like Orpheus kind of mentioned, stuff that Orphe like, you know, would probably like agree with, stuff that Orphe would definitely not agree with, you know what I mean? But I think in a lot of ways, like Orphe and I are kind of on the same page when it comes to certain things about My Hero. And, you know, we're definitely like polar opposites when it comes to like other things about My Hero. You know, so I've been critical in certain ways, right? Orphe's been critical in certain ways, you know, and it's like, and I would say Orphe's kind of like, Orphe's someone that stands My Hero, but is also very critical about it. And Naya is someone that is that stands One Piece, right? They're self-proclaimed stands of their series, but they're also very critical about those series, and they notice certain things, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm sort of always sort of looking for. So that's why it's easy for me to talk with Orphe at times, you know, about like My Hero, and it's easy for me to talk with Naya at times about like One Piece because you know there are things that we notice, you know, and I think when I do talk with Naya, like more often than not, like I always feel like I want to like you know praise certain things about One Piece, you know, because when Naya sort of like notes something, I'm like, yo, that's actually really true. Like I actually agree with that, you know, and you know when Orphe sort of might like praise something. In a certain way, like he's very critical about that praise. He's not just kind of like, oh, I like this thing, it's really dope, which is fine. You can like again like a thing, and that's great. And I'll be, and you know, whether I agree with you or not, you know, when it comes to certain stuff. But I think when you're critical about it, and you can sort of, you know, tell me why you like a particular thing or why you don't like a particular thing in a very sort of concrete sort of way, then yeah, then it's easier to have those sort of conversations. But again, these sort of troll tweets, like. They're not meant for conversation. I'm not looking for any type of conversation when it comes to those troll tweets. I'm just throwing those things out there because I'm like, blowing off some steam, you know, whatever, you know, collecting, you know, One Piece, you know, delusional One Piece stand tears, you know what I mean? Because they're so delicious. They're so delicious, those tears. You know what I mean? And just like, that's it. I'm not looking for conversation with that. I'm looking to collect tears. That's what I'm looking for when it comes to those tweets. You know what I mean? And it's not even like about like who those people are as people necessarily. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is when it comes to certain critiques of One Piece. But oftentimes it's just like, you know, it's just like, whoa, you gotta take the rose-colored glasses off. You gotta take the green tinted glasses. Like we're not in the Wizard of Oz. We're not in the Wizard of Oz, y'all. Like that's not something's happening here. So you gotta take those off, see certain things for what they are and how they're constructed and how they're presented, and talk about that. So that's kind of, again, I'm taking a year to do that work, to really look at it, to make sure that like I say, hey, One Piece does these things really well, but these things over here, like not so good. Okay. So I think I'm gonna probably end the stream now. All right. That poll with My Hero, that was like a whatever poll. That was clearly a subjective poll. It was like about My Hero's popularity, right? And My Hero is like right now peak popularity. You know what I mean? Movie came out, people went to theaters to go see it. You know, grossed several $1 million. You know what I mean? Worldwide. You know what I mean? So it's doing extremely, like My Hero is doing extremely well from that standpoint and from a global standpoint. You know, and that's why like when people voted, they were like, "Yo, My Hero is the thing that I most enjoy," and that's why like Dustin's tweet was very like apt when he was sort of saying like My Hero is sort of this generation, like right, this current generation of youngsters, right? My Hero is their Dragon Ball Z in a lot of ways, right? My Hero is like their Naruto in a lot of ways, right? If they haven't been introduced to Naruto, like My Hero is their Naruto, or My Hero is like or if they've been right, or if like people have been introduced to like, I don't know, no. It's either like for people like for these youngsters, like either My Hero Academia is like their Naruto or their Dragon Ball Z. It's one of those two, which is important. And like Dustin said, like you gotta let them have that, right? And it's fine. It's like yo, they love it in a certain way. They cape for it. They have, and it's cool. And yeah, hopefully Horikoshi's cool. Hopefully Horikoshi's okay. World Trigger, I pretty much kept up with before I went on before the author before the manga before he went on his hiatus because he was sick and ill and he had to deal with his health issues. But I don't know if World Trigger is going to be back in the magazine. If it is, I'll probably do a reread on my own of World Trigger, like not the entire thing, but just like you know certain chapters like further into the manga because like I generally like remember most things from the beginning up to certain parts. And you know, I just have to reread like you know, real quick just to like kind of you know refresh my memory, and then catch up, and then read the like latest chapter, which I believe came out not yesterday, but like 2 days before, something like that. So I'm looking forward to reading that when I get the chance. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, and then it's gonna shift to monthly, I believe, right? Like all right, so we so have like a month, like we have like a solid like month of content weekly, right? Of weekly content, and then like move to monthly. And I don't know if I'll be able to like get that, or have access to it like legally, but I'll see. I'd love to buy World Trigger volumes. World Trigger to me is like constructed very well as a strategy like manga. It's very good. I think it's one of the better strategy sort of like shonen manga that have come out of Jump. Honestly, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's gonna be coming out monthly, so again, I gotta see if I'll have like access to it. If I do, then I might start covering it. We'll see. You know. All right. You know, so I'm gonna okay, so I'm gonna get out of here because it's 10:32. Dragonite, what's good? What's good? All right. Shouts to everybody that came through. But I'm gonna get out of here, right? Because like it is 10:30. I gotta make sure I get to bed so I can wake up tomorrow, get work done. Because I have a lot of work that I gotta get done before like I head to like my seminars and stuff. And yeah. All right. So again, this is just for One Piece. This is not excuse me, this is not for like other manga. I'm still react to this other manga, you know, when time permits and all of that. And when I come back from that year year hiatus of One Piece, I'm coming through. I'm gonna be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to One Piece. I'm gonna just go through it. We're gonna have just a stream. It's just gonna be a solid stream. It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a long stream. We're just gonna talk about it. I'm also gonna have a stream pretty more recently, like a One Piece stream. I'm not gonna be reading chapters or anything like that or live reacting to them or anything, but it's just gonna be you know, a few of my friends, Twitter friends and stuff like that, just talking about how we feel about you know some of the new rough stuff and why we think it's just been like garbage, you know. So we're gonna be talking about that. That's probably gonna be on the 23rd of November. So look out for that. I think it's a Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure, but look out for that. All right. I'm a Black Manga Critic. Thank y'all for coming through. Again, probably gonna be gone for a year when it comes to One Piece live reactions. This is what it is. I need the time. I need the time to be able to do that and focus on other stuff. Obviously, because I have a life. I work, go to school, trying to get that master's. Okay, trying to get that teacher certification. All right, so thank y'all for coming through. All right, I'm the Black Manga Critic, and I'm out here.